my friends, and welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from DadX, and today we're going to run the Tier 0 Gamma site, and today we're going to put the Merlin in, this fine Merlin right here. He did us proud on the hunt event, he's very tough. Let's have a look at the fit. So this Merlin comes out quite equal to the Incursus, both in cost. There's quite a lot of ammo in here, faction ammo, so it's about 5.2, 5.3 mil. And performance wise it's quite similar. We've got the 3 Modal Neutron particle accelerators in the top slots, the blasters to give us out deeps, and we've got 163 DPS. We've got an optimal of 1080 meters and a fall off of just shy of 4000, very comparable to the Incursus. In the mid slots we've got the compact Afterburner, enduring web, enduring small shield booster, and an enduring shield hardener, Multispectrum. Remember, I'm getting 16% bonus for my level 4 Caldari frigate on the Merlin because of its resistance bonus. For all resistances, in the bottom slots we've got a damage control 2 because that's the only one I had handy, and the compact ones are stupid expensive. But that's not much of a skill train. We've got 2 compact mag stabs to up the DPS. Again, I've got lots of the compact ones. I didn't put Tech 2 on because it's a bit more pressure on the fit. Anyway, there's the simulation. We've got more hit points than the Incursus had, about 800 more off the top of my head. Same DPS, about the same cost. I think the Merlin's just a little bit slower than the Incursus, but I think they're very, very similar ships in general. They just do things in a slightly different way. I've put a damage control on this one just in case we leech into armor. Due to a little bit of a shortage of reps. Again, I've no idea what to expect in this site. We will talk about that and make adjustments going forward. Just a reminder about the web. As I found in that first site, if you don't have a web, you're going to get outrun by the rats, especially in these tanky frigates. They tend to be a little bit slower. In the rigs, I've just got a thermal rig and an EM rig and a collision accelerator to up the DPS by another 10%. So we're going full resistances with this Merlin, active tank. Ammo wise, I've got Fed Navy antimatter, I've got Fed Navy thorium in case we need a little bit more range. That drops the DPS down to about 125 using that ammo. That gives us about an 800 meter extra range on optimal and fall off, which may be handy, you never know. And if you use standard antimatter, non-faction, it's obviously a lot cheaper. That'll drop you down to about 142-ish DPS on this fit. So it's a little drop in DPS. It doesn't change the range, so it might be fine. But there's only one way to find out, basically. So I think I'm going to go for the Fed Navy antimatter as a default ammo. Switch to thorium, maybe if we find ourselves skirting around the edge of our range with the antimatter. Give ourselves a little bit more reach. And maybe if we're feeling really okay, we'll just go to regular antimatter. But let's just see. This is the first run, the test run. Remember, I'm in a fleet with myself. I need 3 filaments. I'm in 20 minutes. No turning back. No leaving. Take no prisoners. I still feel bad about those drones I left in the site the other day. They fought like heroes. Anyway, right. What have we got in this first room then? This is the interesting bit. And remember, this is a gamma site, so everyone's got 50% extra shield and reduced explosive damage resistances. Right, we've got a pair of the drone frigates, a spark needle and an ember needle. So we're going to do EM and thermal damage respectively. So let's get in on these guys. We want to get as close as possible. Ideally, we want to get in around 1 kilometer. We basically need to find out the balance between our damage on them, their damage on us, and where we sit with that. So this is a very first experiment. This first guy here, I'm actually having trouble even with the web on. I get into a good range but swing out of it. They're quite nippy. I think I might switch to the thorium ammo for these guys. They're very flimsy. You can see they're not putting out much damage on me. I cut off the micro warp drive, as habit for you, the afterburner. Because slowing down my orbit obviously tightens the orbit, and I can get in tighter, get into my optimal and apply more damage. Obviously you have to balance that by watching very closely how much damage is coming in, and it's one of the things you need to start learning, is to gauge how the enemy damage is coming in on you compared to how you're applying damage to them. The thing is here, no one's leaving. You've got to learn to ride this out. In situations where you are going to get hit, and you are going to have to rep, and you are going to have to think about it, and you don't know what the spawn is quite going to do, and I think this is something this kind of PvE whether it's the Abyss or the Hunt event, it kind of, yeah, it's moving you along in your gameplay and your piloting from what you're used to on your PvE sites to just dealing with what's in front of you and hoping for the best. Anyway, so next time I see those drone frigates, I'm going to load up the thorium because I think that might take them down easier because of the extended range. They've got no tank to speak of. So this is the time. We'll grab the loot, we'll reload, we'll charge up the capacitor because obviously with this much time on the clock we don't want to rush. We'll get a measure like I have in the Caracal of, you know, how much I want to go in the next room with, and one day I'll get caught out by not going in and waiting and having enough, I'm sure. But we got 3 more filaments, which to be honest with you right now for me is much more exciting than a bit more loot, because I want to get on and play these sites and take some different ships into them, and getting the filaments right now is still very hard. So CCP, come on, you need to do some kind of seeding, I think, here just to get the ball rolling. Now you can go and run these sites on the test server, but to actually run them live, it'd be hard for many of you watching this video right now, unfortunately, to be able to run one in a frigate, because I challenge you to find 3 filaments and not spend more than 4 millionis getting them. That's what I've been doing, although now I'm running the sites, I'm getting more back. So here I am, chilling, charging, doing the screenshots and the thumbnails. I do like this skin, it seems to look good on all the ships I put it on. May not be your cup of tea, I know, but I could always, you know, if I get hard times here, I'm just going to start up my own little cab company, trashcab.com. That'll go well. Right, I'm going to skip into the next room right now. We're ready. We're in the last bar on the capacitor recharge. Come on, go. What are we going to get next? Place your bets now. Right, we've got a Lucid Aegis or Aegis. That means he's a high damage dealing sleeper frigate rat. So let's, oh, he's already having a crack at us, look, from all the way over here, bless him. We're going to head for the bioadaptive cache with the afterburner running. That's going to get a little bit traversal up against him. Again, never fly straight at a rat. I've no idea what kind of damage this guy is getting, is putting out. The last thing we need is a big solid punch in the face. So always fly past the rat, or at least aim to fly past the rat, and then you've got to judge when to turn yourself into orbit like we are now. So let's see how this goes. I haven't put the resistance module on. That is a little bit a part of my experiment to see if it needs it. I'm sure it probably does, but I'm here to push my luck and find out the ropes. This doesn't seem too bad at all. He can hit us far out, but I'm not feeling the pain. I've shut off the afterburner. Obviously it means we're a little bit easier to hit by him, but it's not really an issue. It does mean we're getting in on a tighter orbit. As you can see, we're closing in, kind of spiraling, and as we do so, the damage application rises. I don't think we need to consider thorium. We can stick with the antimatter for that guy. We can maybe do a little bit more work next time on getting a bit closer to him quicker, but again, no panic there whatsoever. We're done and he's dusted. So let's grab this loot. I've sped up the footage a little bit now, but actually unusually in this video it's the combat parts that are at 1x1 speed, just to show you how quick they are and just to talk you through what's going on. Again, not spectacular loot. We got a cruiser free for all filament or 2 there. We shall be using those. They're fun, and you can't really go wrong on your kill board. If you want to take that kind of attitude to it, as long as you go into those events and hit every other ship that you can, and you're in quite a cheap ship, your kill board's going to look better even if you've lost a ship and lost a bit of money. But as an alpha they're a bit of a challenge, but you know me, I'm always up for a laugh. There's the recharging and the chilling out done. Let's get into the next room. Although it must be said, in that free-for-all cruisers there is a strict meta module only rule, so no faction, no bling, no tech 2. It keeps the cost down and it keeps the playing field a bit more even. Go and have a go. I'll be doing a video on that quite soon, no matter how disastrously it goes, but my kill board will look good, I'll guarantee you that. Anyway, we've got a devoted hunter here. I met this guy when I ran through quickly in the completely OP Caracal, and noted he took a little bit longer than the other guys to kill. So I'm prepared to find myself fighting quite a tanky little bugger here. Let's just see how well we can damage him. So, usual malarkey, getting closer. choose the point when to get into our orbit, and then get the web on, get the application of the damage going, and then just measure it from here. I'm not too worried if I am in effect wasting maybe a bit of ammo. I'm not going to go into the low DPS ammo on this guy. I'm going to cut off the afterburner again so I can get in on a tighter orbit. I'm very happy with the damage that's coming in. It's manageable. I am running the resistance module. And we're chipping away at this guy. He's not burning down. Let's try and get in a bit closer now. Now, if you've got a bit more experience, you can start manually piloting in these situations. I'm kind of keeping it simple because this is really full of new bros. Adjusting your orbit is the first skill you want to learn. Once you start learning how to manually click around, it's much easier to do in a one-on-one than it is when there's more than one enemy facing you. You can make sure you stay much more in your optimal by kind of, in effect, doing a little figure of 8, a loop around the guy at quite a tight range. But for now, we've done it. There's no stress there. Look at the timer. Somebody asked in a comment actually on the last video if you could salvage in here, because this is the one event where you probably got the time. I don't know. I shall have to find out. If you know if it's possible to salvage a trig wreck, let me know. I'm sure it is, because I've salvaged the trig wrecks outside of stations when we've taken down their patrols and stuff with the station weapons, which is quite a laugh. I'm sure they have been salvaged. Let me know. I don't know. I'm not going to bring in a salvager to find out. If you brought in a cruiser, you could probably do this and have a, I don't know, have a salvager on there. It's probably going to be that easy in a cruiser. All the time in the world left on there. Job's a good one. I might bring a Tristan into one. Yeah, how about Tristan? What do you think, guys? And then I am going to get Erica out the Immortal. We'll pick a frigate for her. So a suggestion for her: do we want to go fast or do we want to go tanky? I'm comfortable with these enough now to have, to go in, have a bit of a, let's see how low we can go in terms of cost. But for you guys, this is a nice reasonable fit. As you can see, there was lots of leeway there. We were never looking like we were in trouble, and the job's a good one. We got about 1.5 million I think in total there, which is fine. We do 3 for the frigates paid for. But as I say, I really don't think this is just about the money. I think this is going to be a great experience for new players. But anyway, guys, take care for now. I hope this has been useful and enjoyable. Leave us a like if it has, please. Any comments or suggestions are always very, very welcome. Do drop in the Discord and say hi. I haven't been able to get on there much lately, but I do keep an eye on it. Feel free to have a chat amongst yourselves. But any questions that get posted in there, between myself and Dex, we do our best to answer them. So anyway, guys, subscribe if you want to stay in touch, and hit that bell if you want to know when the next video is out. Remember, even is believing. Look after yourselves and each other. And for now, take care and goodbye.